Hello everyone, Anton Deck here. Welcome to the official opening of the Nightingale Hospital North East.
It's hard to imagine that just a few short weeks ago this building was being readied as the Sunderland Innovation Centre, and today, thanks to more than 300 people working around the clock, it has been transformed into a state-of-the-art 460-bed hospital. Thank you. Now, even though we're here today to officially open the hospital, the best case scenario is that it isn't needed. The amazing hospitals and the staff of the NHS in the North East have been pulling out all the stops in the last few months to cope in these most difficult of times, and we hope and pray that thanks to everybody staying at home and safe distancing and washing their hands, that we'll keep the dreadful effect of this virus to a minimum.
Even if it isn't needed, it's been a magnificent feat to pull this together, and the speed of the transformation will be an enduring symbol of what the great people of this area are capable of.
This building was available to be converted into a Nightingale Hospital. We were very lucky in the timing that the Advanced Manufacturing Park had the Innovation Centre coming forward, and that conversation with health partners, with other local authorities, clearly very quickly identified that this building could be used and converted in 42 days into a fully functional Nightingale Hospital that could deal with the expected pressures of COVID-19 at the time that we did it. Now, we're lucky. That pressure hasn't come forward yet, and hopefully it will not. But it was great work by everybody to get this building ready so quickly for the public health need that was expected at the time.
How does it feel to have this facility in the city?
It feels really proud. I feel really proud that we've got this facility in Sunderland. The fact that the local people who talk to me as leader are very proud of it. Washington people love the fact that we have a Nightingale Hospital in Washington, but I think it's more the people realising that we enabled this to be built so quickly. Now, as I've said already, this is health partners, this is the army, this is local businesses, this is the council, this is other local authorities all working together to 42 days to get this facility built. It's remarkable, and I think that's why there's pride from the city in what we've delivered for this building to be available for everybody's need. So that is the underlying feeling for me, is one of real pride, and that we've delivered it so quickly and so well.
What does it mean for the city to have been able to allow this building used as a field hospital?
This city needs to understand it's capable of dealing with any crisis that comes its way. Now, we've dealt with many problems in the past as a city, and COVID-19 is no different to any other. Currently, when you look at how we're working with our care partners, our health partners, the police, the blue light services, with our volunteers, with our community groups, with our councillors, with residents, and you see that we're coping with this public health crisis, and coping well. I think it shows that the city has a belief in itself. Sunderland people aren't going to be beaten by a virus. We will find a way to give the care, and that's all this has ever been about from the council, was to ensure that we could deliver the best care to people when they needed it, and I'm sure that's what drives the government as well. So we've got this facility, and it is here for us if we need it.
There seems to be a strong partnership approach to this, NHS, military, city council being involved. How's that helped to get the facility off the ground?
The fact that there was a strong partnership with NHS partners, with local authorities who helped us plan it and work out where best to go, with care partners, with local businesses, the armed forces, the military, the army coming in, Chinooks flying in and out. We could have done this as the local authority, it would have taken us much longer. But by using people's expertise and the right people's expertise at the right time, as I've said, 42 days it took to put this building together so that it is ready to go. That is a remarkable feat of engineering, and I'd like to thank everybody involved in it and say, brilliant job, thank you very much. And I know that if the city needs to send people here, they're going to get the best care possible.
How do you feel the city is coping during these times?
The city has coped in these trying public health times like it always does. Residents have listened to the advice, residents have social isolated, residents have been great. The vast majority of our residents have been excellent. There's always going to be that small minority who ignore the advice, and our police partners and others are trying to get them to listen to reason and do the right thing. But the city has been excellent. As I've said, when you look on social media and you see the positivity that's out there from residents associations, from community groups, from food banks, from our volunteers, from our local charities, everybody is helping people who need help during this time, because being socially isolated for some people is incredibly difficult. And I'm very proud to be a resident of Sunderland at this time, because we as a city will get through this, and we can see it just now. We're dealing with it, and hopefully we'll find a vaccine quickly, and that'll enable us to put a lid on COVID-19 and we can get back to what we thought was a proper normal life before social isolation and social distancing came in.
This hospital's being built, it may not ever need to be used. How important is it that it was here ready and being prepared?
The investment in this hospital was vital. At the time it was planned for, there was no certainty that the NHS beds that we had in the system in the hospitals, proper hospitals, would cope with COVID-19 if it went out of control. So the Nightingale hospitals were brought into place to give that capacity. Now Sunderland has this hospital for the North East. It doesn't look like currently it will be needed, and that, in my opinion, is absolutely fine. If our hospitals infrastructure can cope with people who need COVID-19 care in normal wards, that is great. But when we go back to easing out of lockdown, when we go back to sending people back to work and opening up small businesses and opening up our manufacturing sector, if we don't do it properly and carefully, we risk a second spike of infections, which will give us possibly as many cases of COVID-19 as we've had at the moment. And at that point, we may well need this hospital in the North East, like we'll need the Nightingale hospitals throughout the UK. So these hospitals need to stay. We need to accept that they are an investment in the potential to deal with people's health problems, and we can look at what we do with the sites once we've broken the crisis with COVID-19 and we've dealt with it. And then this building can go back to being Sunderland's Innovation Centre on the Advanced Manufacturing Park, and that will happen down the line. But at the moment, it needs to stay. It's sensible for us to hold on to it and have it ready just in case.